Hello, friends and members of the New York Association of Blind Students. My name is Maura Kutniak. I am the current president. And this video is the beginning of our video series on health and wellness. You'll note we are also including healthy eating tips in posts written by Nina Marenka, who is our past president. So overall, our goal here is to reach blind students of New York, to connect with them, and to start a conversation. So I'm here in my office at school. I attend the University at Buffalo School of Law, and in this room is where I spend a lot of time, mostly focused on my computer and other tech devices, and I have a habit of incorporating movement into my academic day. So the reason I'm doing these posts is to sort of share my love of that practice of sprinkling movement into my sort of sedentary, head-focused work and get into my body. I think there are many reasons why I like to do this. I'm adjusting the camera angle. I'll just be honest, I don't even know for sure that the camera's pointing at me, but that's okay, right? We all know who we are. And one of my limitations is in the area of videography. Anyhow, so this series of videos will be sort of like a head-to-toe exploration of our bodies and what we can do as we study and work throughout the day to incorporate movement, to get blood flowing, and to be just aware of what's happening in our bodies. I think as I've embarked upon particularly my work in the law, but also just as a student and a parent at the same time, I find that regular movement is essential to me being happy and successful. So here we go. So today we're going to focus on head and shoulders. This probably doesn't need much explanation, but as most of us know here, our orientation tends to be sort of forward and down as we work throughout the day. We're taking notes, we're reading, we are listening to lectures, and this can often cause a rounding in the shoulders and sort of an off posture for our head and neck. So first thing is to focus on the position of your shoulders and your head and neck. So where are you? Ideally, you want the top of your head to be pointing towards the ceiling, and you want your chin to be facing forward. I may or may not be providing a great example of this posture, but that's what we're aiming for. We're aiming for a chin that's sort of tucked in and facing forward, and a head that's facing the ceiling. As far as our shoulders, obviously you want to be neutral if possible, but the idea is for your shoulders to kind of align with your hips and your knees and create a nice line there. And keep it loose, keep it natural. So first we're going to start with just a couple head movements, and we're going to go into the main sort of tip/movement practice that I want to share for today. So first I want everybody to turn your head to the left, and then turn your head to the right. Bring it back to center. Tip your head down. You can feel a really nice stretch in the back of your neck, which we often need with that front orientation. And then softly tip your head up. Okay, once again, head to the left, head to the right, chin pointing down. Oh, there's Jaws saying hello to us. Excuse me, Jaws, be quiet. Thank you. Chin down, chin up. Okay. Now, we're going to take this into a roll. Be gentle, be soft, pay attention to the way your body feels, but ideally you're going to feel a nice stretch as you roll your head down, you roll it to the left, you roll it back, you roll it to the right. So my chin is pointing down, my ear is pointing to my left shoulder, the back of my head is pointing down my back, my right ear is pointing to my right shoulder. And as we do this rotation, we feel a really nice stretch all through our neck during each point. Now we're going to reverse direction. So now I'm going to the left ear to left shoulder. Chin is down, right ear to right shoulder. Okay, now just a couple shoulder rolls. So keep it soft. Try to be mindful of breathing, rolling our shoulders up, back and down, up, back and down. Big rolls, up, back and down, up, back and down. Now forward, forward and down, up, back, forward, down, up, back. Now I'm screwing myself up, but in other words, we're rolling our shoulders forward, however is comfortable for you. You want to feel a stretch, you want to feel softness. It shouldn't hurt, but you should be feeling sort of like your body activating. This is all, again, because we end up sort of stuck in one position throughout the day, whether that's reading, listening to our lectures, or doing homework. So this is all meant to remind us to take a moment, feel our bodies, and get it moving. Okay, now for those of you who care, which I assume many of us don't, but I'm gonna go off camera, and I've got a lovely wall to my right. Again, I'm in my office at school, and the purpose of all these exercises is to provide things you can do in your dorm or in an office, in sort of a non-traditional exercise setting. This way we work those things into our day-to-day. So here I am now going off camera to the wall here, and I am getting into sort of a seated position against the wall. So my knees are bent, my shoulder blades are pressed up against the wall. As much as possible, I want to feel a connection in my lower back to the wall. So I want my lower back to press against the wall, my shoulders to press against the wall, knees are bent, like I'm sitting in a chair, maybe not quite as deep. Maybe you're sitting in a higher chair, but still like you're sitting in a chair, but you're braced against the wall. Okay, so now my arms come out. The backs of my arms are pressed against the wall. I'm raising them up and keeping them in contact with the wall. This should feel pretty challenging. You should feel as your arms raise, it gets harder to keep that connection with the wall. But we want to strive to keep the connection. The other point I want to make is we are really actively pulling our chin in, maybe even to the point where you feel like you're giving yourself a double chin. But the idea here is to counteract that sort of forward head orientation that many of us academics get. So again, I'm seated against the wall. I've got the backs of my arms pressed against the wall. I raise them up like they're angel wings. I tuck in my chin and I hold here with my arms extended up. And now I'm going to bring them down. I'm going to do this 10 times, okay? So ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, press the back of that head into the wall, tuck your chin in, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is an exercise I was given by a physical therapist when I was having shoulder pain. And I try to sprinkle things like that in throughout my day. I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, please drop a comment or feel free to email me at maurakut@buffalo.edu. Take care, everybody, and see you next week.
Viewfinder. Image. 8 minutes. 59. Viewfinder. 9 minutes. Stop recording video. Button.